Well, that's the sacrificial overgiving belief system. You're in the no field, drama, trauma, overwhelm, chaos, stress, and resistance. And when you're a child, you think that your love, your deeply natural state of being a loving human being, which is how most of us start, has no place to go. And so you think, if I give more love, 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 I can change this. And you can't. You can only change you. So once you reach that point, then you're going to start to meet some S.O.B.S helpers. These are people who are out of the sacrificial overgiving belief system, and they can work with you so that you can remember how to flow, how to feel, how to focus, and how to build form in your life that is a de-storing of all this nonsense. And then you gain your birthright bliss. There it is. Looks and feels like this. It's fantastic. I like to remind everybody who's in a physical body was born through some form of orgasm. Could have been 3 seconds, could have been 8 seconds, who knows, but it was fast. But it was enough to get you here. That's your start. Your start is in blissful union. And just the energetics of egg meeting sperm and colliding into that cellular reproduction, that is your bliss, your first bliss. You should never lose that feeling in your body. So then you get into the yes field, and then you start asking questions about what if, and is it time, and what happens next, and what happens now from the yes field, from your organic bliss. Now, I hope you can relate to this. I hope this is something you want for your life. I've been living this for 30 years. I started as a child. It got wiped out for a long time, but I was able to get back to it. You can be abundance, bliss, and sharing. You can say yes, and you can help yourself without guilt, without shame, and without feeling like you have to give it all away. And if you don't, if you take too much, instead of just accepting and receiving whatever is meant for you, then you'll put yourself in the no field again. I hope you don't do that. So here's the core of it. Everything is energy. And when you work with me, I love to take people through this process, to de-story, to rewrite. You rewrite this in your DNA. You rewrite it in your emotional body, in your mental body, in your physical body. And now you're shifting timelines, because every time you say yes to receiving, to an opportunity that comes to you for a better choice, you say yes, and that puts you on a different timeline, and your relationship with consciousness, time, and space changes to a different outcome, and now you are being the kaleidoscope. Now you're regenerating energy every single day. And you can do this, and you can even set this up so that when you lay down and close your eyes and go to sleep, this is the instruction that you set for yourself, that while you are sleeping, your entire being will meet you in this regeneration process. That's how Methuselah lived to be 900 years. And now, where are you? You're in brilliant resilience. And when you are in this energy, everyone can feel it, because everyone has 15 chakras. And now your brilliant resilience is operating on all those levels, and it is sending frequency and vibration, and you're expanded, and all of our bubbles are constantly mingling, and you become like the Dalai Lama. You're infectiously happy. That's expansion. That's yes, thank you, please, more, co-creation. And now I'm going to stop the presentation, I hope. Let's see if there's anything else for Q&A, but I also want to say that you can come be with me for a VIP day. Here's a special code. You can write it down for this spring. Here in Philadelphia, you can come and spend 5 hours with me for one VIP day. You can book an extra day if you like. It's a very special invitation to go deeper. To book a call, just book a call with me, and that will be in the chat, how you can book a call. And I hope that you will come and do this deeper work, or that you'll come into one of my programs. I offer some group programs as well. And the VIP day is great preparation for coming into one of my group programs. Anywhere from 4 months to 10 months. And the opportunity to go into retreat with me and a group. So That's me. I'm Anaiis Salles. I want to thank you for being here. That's the presentation. I'm going to stop the share. And now we can go into Q&A. And then now I want to see the gallery view. Okay. So who's still here? Come on, camera. Hi. And I think, Catherine, if you have to go, if it's time for you to go, but maybe you can stay for a few more minutes. I know you have another commitment. Hi. So there's the link in the chat for you to be able to book a call with me. And I would be very, very delighted to speak with you, but also to speak with anyone that you know. Roughly 35, 55 on either side of that bandwidth, who is stuck in this way, whose family constellation was formed in this way. And you know what? We're in a system where it can't be anybody's fault because the system sets this up and the system reproduces it and recreates it over and over and over. So if you don't choose to get out on your own, the system's not going to help you. Raise your hand if you can relate. Yeah. It's a tough, it could be, feel like a little bit, it's like a spoonful of sugar is going to have to have this medicine go down because it's tough. But I want you to know that I bring it to you with full unconditional love, that I work with full unconditional love, and I am not Miss Mindset. I'm not about soothe it and hide it. I'm about feel it and transmute it and be who you are meant to be. You don't live someone else's story. You live your story. You share your gifts and your skills and your passions. And you do that and have the opportunity to do that absolutely 100% perfectly as you, being human and imperfect, and hopefully in receiving unconditional love and giving it and being in self-love. So with that, I'm going to stop talking. And if anybody has a comment or a question, what I would like to do, if you'll give me a minute, is stop the recording and then I'll start it again, because if you're willing, I'd love to record some of your comments. So give me a sec. I'll pause it. And I do want to thank Catherine. Thank you so much for being here today. I so appreciate your help.
I just love what you're doing. And I just, if I can just comment, please, I know I have a commitment at 2, but I'm going to work it out. When my son and I were abandoned, he was just 3, and I moved into the role of trying to be the best dad I could be. So I was, do the sports, do the hardware, wash the car, all this other stuff. Then here we are years and years later, I met my current husband here, and his wife had premenopausal breast cancer. So she died really early and left him with a little 6-year-old boy. And he set out to be the best mom he could. He would make his son, salad for dinner, and I don't know what he was trying to cook this, and they baked muffins, and what's really kind of cute, when we met each other, it seemed like a match made in heaven, right? We've got mommy, daddy, 2 kids, and we're both doing both ends of the parenting. But anyway, we did some counseling, and the counselor had said, well, Catherine, you've turned out to be the best dad ever. And Stephen, you've turned out to be the best mom ever. Because we just overcompensated rather than lack. And without that conscious zone of, I always had sports things in the back of the car for, to get out and get some exercise and stuff. And so it was a very, very interesting experiment to get that comment from a professional. But I can seriously see some of the comments put in there. I had no idea really what my son was going through, being abandoned at 3, because he really didn't have a strong guy relationship with my ex, and they reconnected for a little bit when he got older. But again, his dad died before 25. So yeah, it's just hard on the boys. And he's alone today. He's still alone today. He's 42, and he's not having a good life as I can see. So Yeah, this stuff that you're doing is just really, really great. So I just wish you all the best, and I'm going to sign off. Okay.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I
Thanks
love
for
to
being
share.
here.
Paige, Anastasia, Dee, lovely to talk to you. And I'm just going to fill up with my water and get back here on the Zoom. Love you guys. Take care.
Take care, Catherine.
Bye.
Okay. So, Anastasia, do you have a comment? I mean, you've seen other parts of this, and I wondered if you have a perspective.
Oh wow, yeah. It's uh really um it's changed just from even the slides and the oh my gosh, the flow, connecting the dots even deeper than I thought they could be. So I was so amazed with the last one I attended. So really loved it. And slightly different, of course, because you brought in the Mel aspect of it, which, um, David is sitting near and he listened. So
Hi, David. Okay.
he's got his headphones on now, but he did listen to the whole thing. So yeah, I'd be speaking for him, but I did see things that one of the on the list, the owned.
Mhm.
And I realized while I was listening to this, because we've been in this situation with his mom, and he was owned, she tried to own him. And it was what you said about the emotional, he would be the one to meet the emotional needs because she couldn't risk having anyone else do that. And when he really sorted himself out, because luckily for David, he had a dad who was really there for him
Yeah.
up until his sister passed. Then it was kind of like everything blew up, the whole family blew up. But because they were young, 16, 19 when that happened. But with his mom, when he refused to be that, she blew it up so big that he didn't reject her. He just wasn't safe for her. There was no way that she was going to try to stay in relationship. And that for me is mind blowing. I'm constantly just, how is that possible to just reject your child who won't play this role for you?
Well, that's the reason I'm doing this work,
Yeah,
because we're in a generation situation where, with what's going on in the world,
yeah,
and how some mothers without dads have raised incredible sons. I have raised incredible sons. And when you realize that the opportunity has come to just step back, for me, that process is something I'm in right now. And
mm,
it's not rejection on my part, but my son right now is a little bit confused,
mm,
and he's
mm,
taking it as rejection,
yeah,
when all I'm doing is saying, my darling, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited by who you are. Live your life. If you ever need me, call me.
that's beautiful. That's a beautiful response.
Yeah, but
Um,
he can't hear it.
that's maybe, yeah. I hope that at some point he will. I don't think it's the same scenario here with David, but David has taken that upon himself. Like, I'm gonna live my life, and I'm good. And he is an incredible man. He is
Yeah.
really, truly an incredible man. And luckily he had enough that he was able to figure so much of it out.
Yeah.
And his dad's really there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
it's complicated.
yeah,
And with where humanity is heading right now, the sooner we all see this and agree that it's worth handling and destorying and coming out of the S.O.B.S system, so that look, my full-on 10-month program is your story, question mark, or your life, question
mm,
mark. And what do you give the world? What do we all give the world when we choose we're going to live our own lives?
yeah, yeah.
It's
We all need that.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. So that's that. And Paige, I don't know if you have anything to share, but I'm so glad to see you. Haven't seen you for a little bit.
Yeah, I put my comment in the chat, and I
I
took
can't
some
see it.
photos of the sun that I posted in the Telegram group with a small blue orb, actually.
Yes, we're living in a very powerful time. Very powerful. So thank you for your photos, Paige. I will go and look. So if you're interested in working with me, there is a link in the chat. I will copy it again, and please feel free to share it with anybody, and also to invite them every third Thursday of the month at 1 o'clock. I do a very basic 9 EQ presentation, and then people can find there's a menu when I go into my 8-week program where these recordings are part of that program. I do not share replays. I'm teaching when I'm here, and I don't teach for free. So when I put the recordings in the program, then people have access to them for as long as they want. But I'm looking forward to filling a program between April and the end of May. And I'm not looking for very many people. I'm looking probably for 8 to 10 people at most for the 8-week program. And the VIP day is a very good way to get grounded in coming into this work. And to do that, you need to be someone with substantive income. So let me just qualify that there. And or you need to be willing to invest in that kind of self-worth funding so that we can work together. And if anyone has a question, does anybody have any questions? I see Dee is still here. Do you have a question that you want to pop into the chat? I'm glad to know that you're here. And I looked at the other day and I realized I still hadn't gotten you all of the Deja Vu dating videos, and I was terribly ashamed. But the river of time is what it is. And I'm still hoping that by June, I will be able to afford to hire a VA. And then a lot of things that people need to get, they'll get them more easily and on time. Got a question, Dee? Oh, guess not. Okay. Do you want to speak? I always hope I'm going to hear your voice, even just to say hi. If you feel safe enough just to say hi. Yeah, Dee, I imagine that this is true. And so I appreciate your being here, and you know how to get a hold of me. And you're still in the group in Telegram, and I still do look at least once a day. So glad you're here. I hope this has had some value for you, because I know that you're probably going through most of this alone. Okay, so thank you for that message, Dee. And you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm glad you're here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We're all needing to be very open right now, especially open to no longer being silent, except for our self-love and deepening that, but no longer being silenced, be we male or female, he, she, or they. Okay, so with that, I will leave you, and thank you so much for being here. And I can't believe I blew through that in an hour. Okay, nice to see you. Anastasia, thank you so much for being here. Give David a hug for me, will you?
I will. Thank you so much, Anaiis. This is wonderful. Appreciate it very much.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.